Hello everyone watching on all CGTN online platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on the CGTN app and website, on Weibo, and I don't know what else. My name is Barnaby and I'm here right now in Tuguegarao City in Cagayan Province on the northeastern tip, basically, of the Philippines. There's a super typhoon that's approaching this area of the Philippines, Super Typhoon Mangkhut. If you saw me a few days ago, I was just in Japan covering the aftermath of the earthquake in Hokkaido, and now here I am. I don't revel in in having to cover one disaster after another. But apparently there are 9 storm systems on Earth right now, and this one is the most powerful. In fact, this is the strongest storm to hit the Philippines this year, the strongest storm anywhere on Earth this year. And so right now we are in an evacuation center. There's been a lot of preparation going on in the last few days in preparation for the arrival of this typhoon. As you know, the Philippines is hit with an average of 20 typhoons a year. This one is the 15th this year. So we're not done, but this one definitely is the strongest this year. And so there have been a lot of warnings by the government to residents in the path of the typhoon. The National Disaster Agency says more than 4 million people are in the path of this typhoon. Now, this typhoon isn't just strong, it is big, and it is going to bring a lot of rain. I mean, as you can see right now, it's raining a little bit. All day it's been raining on and off, sometimes heavily, sometimes just drizzling, sometimes moderately like this, but we're definitely already getting a feel of what the typhoon could be. Of course, the Philippines has experienced even stronger typhoons, but even compared to that strong typhoon, let's say for example 2013's Typhoon Haiyan that hit the central Philippines and killed more than 6,000 people. That had strength of about 300 kilometers an hour. This one is packing about up to 285 kilometers an hour, according to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center of the U.S. Navy. That's still strong, even though that's not strong as Typhoon Haiyan. And again, as I was saying, it also is bringing with it a lot of rain, as well as covering a huge area. In fact, storm signals have been hoisted in 38 provinces in the Philippines, all the way from the north to the central Philippines. The diameter of this typhoon is 900 kilometers. And that's why there are all these people now who are in this evacuation center. We're gonna get in. This is by the way, this is an elementary school, a local elementary school, a public school. And this is usually where people in this community evacuate every time there's a storm, every time there's a typhoon, every time there are severe monsoon rains. And okay lang?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay, we're gonna go in. So this is a typical evacuation center in the Philippines. They use classrooms to house families, usually several families, in one classroom. So here we have 6 families here. As you can see, there are a lot of kids here. And this is one of the reasons why, parents take their kids to evacuation centers, because they're small and they're going to be obviously more protected wherein if they're in evacuation centers. We're going to talk to one of the parents here. See, Te.
Yes, ma'am?
Yeah. So I've already spoken with her. Actually, Te, dito po tayo.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I've actually already spoken with her beforehand. And I'm gonna use our local language, Filipino, and I'm gonna translate for you. Te, so madalas pag may bagyo, may ulan, dito kayo. Bakit? Oo.
Siyempre, doon sa nakaraan namin, doon sa
sa nakaraang bagyong Lawin, eh hindi naman namin nakalain na mawawash out yung mga bahay namin, sir. Kaya ang sabi namin, sabi naman kasi nila sir sa balita, super typhoon, nadaratan namin ho kami, sir, kaya nag-evacuate namin ho.
So she's talking about the last typhoon that hit this area. That was Super Typhoon Haima with a local name Lawin. That was in 2016. And she said that Super Typhoon destroyed their house. And so they've learned their lesson. So nung bagyong Lawin, hindi kayo nag-evacuate?
Nag-evacuate ho kami, sir.
Okay.
Tapos, matapos ho na ho yung bagyo, sir, bumalik ho kami sa mga bahay-bahay namin, sir, para i-check. Yung pala, sir, na-wash out na po yung mga bubong. Tapos yung bahay nung bayaw ko, sir, as in totally washed out po, sir.
So they did evacuate back in 2016. I guess they knew, Filipinos really for the most part have learned the lesson from 2013. A lot of people evacuate in Tacloban. A lot of people died. So after that, Filipinos have learned their lesson, and she's saying that she's learned the lesson, and that's why in 2016 she evacuated. But when they returned to their homes, they saw their homes completely devastated. So that reinforced that fear in them that there is a typhoon or storm or monsoon rains. They just have to evacuate. There's nothing else they can do but to evacuate. So, ngayon, ano yung kinakatawa?
Ganun, sir. Siyempre, kawawa yung mga bata. Sana kung may mga, sir, yung kaso na ganun din nabibigay.
That the same thing can't happen. And if they're home, obviously, that's going to be dangerous for them. Pero ano kinakatakot ninyo? O yung ulan?
Hindi mo na iwasan. Hindi ka masaktan ng mga puno. Madami yung bubong at tumama sa kanila, sir. Hindi mo ang nakakatakot, sir.
So she's saying she's more fearful of the wind and baha.
Yes, sir. Sanay na kami sa baha.
Yeah, well, because they're used to that's nothing to them. But the winds of a sort of that's kind of scary. That's nakakatakot yung para sa inyo, no? Yeah, that's scary to them because that's dangerous. That can kill. Pwedeng mamatay, di ba? Yeah, that can kill them. So they've decided to evacuate. Kailan po kayo nag-evacuate? Okay, so it was just this morning when they evacuated. But as you can see, there's a lot of people here. And this is not just the salamat po. And this is not just the I mean, I don't want to hype the resilience, but as you can see, these people can't smile. They're going to survive this. But having said that, the government has been proactive. The government has, to be fair, the government has really been proactive. It's been happening since 2013. Every time there's a huge storm, every time there is even not the super typhoon, even just the let's just say a normal that the Philippines that hits the Philippines every year. I don't want to say normal, but just one of the 20 typhoons that hit the Philippines every year. The government always takes precautionary measures, particularly evacuating people from low-lying areas, from areas that are prone to landslides, from coastal communities. Why? Because many of these typhoons bring with them a lot of rains, and such as this typhoon that's coming here cause landslides. Those cause flooding. Also, huge typhoons like typhoons that approach the they can cause damages, and that's what killed so many people in the central Philippines. It's really the storm surges. I myself saw that because we almost got killed by those storm surges in 2013, they rose to as high as 20 feet. You know, this from ground to that ceiling twice. That's how high the water was back in 2013 in Tacloban in the central Philippines. And state weather forecasters have warned that storm surges by Typhoon Mangkhut could also rise to up to 20 or 6 meters, or again, 2 stories high. And that's really dangerous, and that's why people in coastal communities and low-lying areas, they have been evacuated. That is the most important thing. Preemptive evacuation has been the most important life-saving measure for the Philippine government, for Filipinos, in the face of all these typhoons. Now, apart from that, the government has also pre-positioned emergency teams, cops, soldiers, search and rescue teams. They've all been pre-positioned so that in the immediate aftermath of the typhoon, they can immediately also release into the relief operations center here in Tubigarao, and they're ready. They're all packed, rice and canned goods and instant noodles. They're all there. And presumably these people are going to stay beyond the typhoon, and they're going to need those relief goods. So in terms of preparation, they are as ready as they can be. But, you know, for a storm of this magnitude, it's hard to say if these preparations are going to be enough. We'll just have to see. This area geographically has mountains all over, so there's a chance that when the typhoon hits, it's going to hit a little bit, but it's still going to be strong. And again, it's a huge typhoon covering a huge area, so we don't know which area of the Philippines, maybe further, will experience the biggest impact from the typhoon. So we'll just have to see. We will keep monitoring, and we are where the typhoon will take a direct hit. So we will continue to update you. We will be on cable TV every now and then with live updates and with reports. And we will continue to live stream if we can. Hopefully, we will continue to get signal during the typhoon, after the typhoon. But chances are power and communications are going to be knocked down in the immediate aftermath of the typhoon. So that's it for now. I guess I will have to look at your questions. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, so the signal actually is pretty bad, and I am not able to, okay, here you go. Now, I'm on the Facebook page now. All right. Okay, so basically people praying for the Philippines. I'm sure Filipinos appreciate that. And oh, okay. Well, I guess the signal is not so good. Someone's saying that the signal is cutting out. But it's, you know, you can see here, it's raining quite heavily again. The typhoon is about probably 10 hours away. So it's approaching, it's coming. And we can see that now. The rains are getting more and more frequent. So just, you know, just people praying for the Philippines, people saying, you know, Filipinos keep safe. And I'm sure Filipinos, especially those in the path of the typhoon, they appreciate that. So again, that's it for now. We will continue to give you the latest on the super typhoon as it approaches the Philippines.